Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about truck blind spots and how regular drivers are completely unaware of them. First, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased out owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming. And let's talk about this survey, the findings of this survey, and hopefully this video will get out to your non-CDL drivers, your regular drivers out there, affectionately referred to as four-wheelers by those driving semi-trucks. And guys, what I'm talking about here today is it's a 1,000-person survey that was recently done by, I believe it's called Truck Part Find It or something like that. I'll put it in a description box. I shouldn't remember the name of the company. Nonetheless, what they did is they surveyed 1,000 four-wheelers. That was, as mentioned, that's a lot of truckers call your non-CDL regular drivers on the road as four-wheelers, and motorcyclists call them cagers. So there you go, pick the one you like the most. Nonetheless, guys, here's the finding. Most regular drivers are absolutely unaware of semi-truck blind spots. Now, what I mean, when I say most, I'm talking that only 5% are actually aware. 5%. That's 50 people out of 1,000. Now, and actually their figures were actually less. They said less than 50 out of 1,000, so less than 5%. Now, it goes further. Less than 1 in 20 can actually identify all of the semi-truck blind spots. Less than 1 in 20. Now, this gets really interesting because 80% of the people didn't know about trucks having a blind spot in the front. That they had no idea that truckers can't see there's a blind spot in the front of the truck. 80%. 65% saw vehicles that actually changed right in front of that blind spot. 65% out of the 1,000 that were surveyed said they saw actually that happen on the road. And you guys know it definitely happens all the time, certainly much too frequently. Now, 2 out of 3 of those who feel, basically unsafe on the road next to trucks and, passing them and just being next to trucks on the road, they actually ended up blaming the trucker or the truck. So definitely an interesting way to look at it. I would certainly like to know how they come about that. Nonetheless, there are a few things I'd like to share with regular drivers, your four-wheelers, the cagers, whatever you want to be called. Guys, keep a safe distance from trucks. The general rule is 5 seconds for traveling 40 miles an hour or faster. So you want to have at least a 5-second rule there. Avoid as much as possible cutting off trucks. If you can, try to avoid it completely. Do not cut off trucks. So if they're fully loaded, it's like a train on wheels. It's very difficult, nearly impossible to stop. They want to stop, but they won't be able to. They'll ram right through you. And, nobody wants that. So the general rule is to use 1 car length per 10 miles per hour. So if you're going 50 miles an hour, 5 car lengths is what you're looking at. Furthermore, learn and try to avoid truck blind spots. You talk to a trucker, he'll show you in 2 minutes where the blind spots are, and get you into a much better position. You could help your spouse, maybe talk to your kids, and slowly we can re-educate and make it a lot safer environment on the road when you're driving and sharing the road with semi trucks. Now, if you're feeling uncomfortable about passing and, around semi trucks, one rule is to look for the driver's face in the mirror. Now, you should always be passing on the left, quit the passing on the right. They're not seeing you. You should always be passing on the left, whether it's semi trucks or regular cars, trucks, SUVs, motorcycles, always passing on the left. So always pass on the left side of the trucks and look for their face in a mirror. If you can see them, that means they can see you as well. Finally, guys, this bears a reminder, stay off your phone and focus on the road. Way too many of you guys are on a phone doing meaningless crap that if you get into an accident, something bad happens, it's just going to be so meaningless and unimportant. You wouldn't want something bad like that happening because you were checking your Instagram feed or responding to a text message. So definitely be very, very careful out there. Be mindful, focus on the road, on the destination, right? And finally, when in doubt, give extra space. So guys, I hope this has been helpful. I hope that I've covered most of the stuff, but I know I missed a lot. So truckers, help out the community. If whatever I've missed out, leave them in the comment section below. Let's kind of build up a list of things that you wish non-truck drivers would know and would do differently that would help you on the road and keep everyone safe. And those of you guys who are non-CDL truck drivers who aren't dealing in that business, then look through that and kind of consider your addition to the problem out on a road. So we'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. If you haven't done so, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And for now, I'm going to switch over the camera. We'll look over the loads that we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Guys, last week I skipped the video. The numbers were even better. But what I do want to say is that this week's numbers are quite impressive considering the declines that we have seen. And furthermore, what we're actually saying is some folks running very, very efficiently with some lighter freight and still being able to bring in the money. So let's go ahead and get started with one of these guys, a flatbedder. Patrick is the driver. Valley, Nebraska, coming out to Tucson, Arizona. It's a 33,000 pound load of cell towers, running 1,392 loaded miles, booked that at $3,100. Got him $233 a loaded mile. 33,000 pounds for a flatbed, and that ain't nothing. Then at a Tolleson, Arizona, coming out to Grand Junction, Colorado, it's a 41,000 pound load of steel hangers and straps. 6-foot tarps and some strapping was required to secure the cargo. 578 loaded miles, booked at $2,800. Got him $484 a loaded mile. Then right out of Grand Junction, Colorado, zero deadhead to Springville, Utah, with a 35,000 pound load of fence pieces. 234 loaded miles, booked for $850. Got him $363 a loaded mile. And finally finished up at a North Salt Lake, Utah, coming out to East Wenatchee, Washington, with another 35,000 pound load of pipes. Just 8 chains required. They were only 20 feet long, so a real light and short load there. 745 miles, 16 and 37 booked, $220 a loaded mile on that one. And all in all, Patrick ran from Wednesday to Wednesday, 7 days on the road, grossed an amazing $8,387 in gross, ran 2,886 loaded miles at an average of 291 a loaded mile average. An absolutely fabulous week for Patrick. Great job to him as well as dispatch. Gross efficiency, great rate per mile. An absolute excellent job. Now, as you can see, he ran mostly in the western states, and we'll come back to this. Next, we're going to look at a reefer. Mike's the driver on this one, totally different approach. Santa Maria, California, coming out to Aurora, Colorado. It's a light load, 20,000 pounds, just 13 pallets of mixed veggies, temperature controlled at 34 degrees on a reefer. 1,197 loaded miles, booked at $3,700, guys. That's $309 a loaded mile on a ton of miles. And then he did a tough one. One pick, 4 drops, Bellevue, Colorado, coming out to Richfield, Washington, Tacoma, Washington, Auburn, Washington, and a final in Centralia, Washington. Very, very light load of 6,000 pounds of yogurt, temperature controlled, 31 degrees on the reefer, continuous. It's a long run, 1,385 loaded miles, booked out at $2,800 on the way back out. Ended up getting 202 a loaded mile average on a very light load, 6,000 pounds. Absolutely fantastic. So all in all, he actually ran Thursday to Thursday, grossed $6,500 in gross. Ended up running 2,582 loaded miles at an average of 252 a loaded mile on his regular reefer. Definitely a very, very good week. Very light freight, and only 80 miles of deadhead in total, getting the driver home for his 34-hour reset. So absolutely fantastic. Excellent job, sir. Next, going to move on to another interesting one. This one is a dry van. Manuel is the driver. coming out of Borger, Texas, coming out to Akron, Ohio. It's a 43,000-pound load of carbon black, 1,250 miles loaded, $2,600 booked, got them 208 a loaded mile. Then North Canton, Ohio to Liverpool, New York with a light load of 9,000 pounds of educational materials, 360 loaded miles, booked at 1,050, got them 292 a loaded mile. Then Syracuse, New York to Rochester, New York, light load again, 10,000 pounds of office supplies, 86-mile run, very close, $540.46, got them 628 a loaded mile. Then at a Rochester, New York, zero deadhead coming out to Owatonna, Minnesota with a 44,000-pound load of bakery mix. It's a 980 loaded mile run, booked at $1,800. Got him $1.84 to coming out of there. Fantastic. And that was it. He actually ran for 6 days, Friday to Thursday. Manuel ended up running up $5,990.46 in gross in just 6 days, just under, less than $10 under $6,000 in 6 days. Ran 2,676 loaded miles at an average of 224 a loaded mile. An excellent job, as dry vans have been declining in price. Now, as promised, let's come back to another flatbed. Also an excellent job, but I want to show you something. Augusta, Georgia, coming out to Cleveland, Tennessee. It's a 47,500 pound load of lumber. Tarps were required on this one, 247 mile run. Loaded, $800 booked, got him 324 a loaded mile. Then Cartersville, Georgia, coming out to Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. It's a 42,000 pound load of basic steels. 656 loaded miles, booked at 1,750, got him 267 a loaded mile. Then Hagerstown, Maryland, coming out to Morganton, North Carolina. Light load, 24,000 pounds of PVC materials, 424 loaded miles at 1,050, got him 248 a loaded mile there. Then Statesville, North Carolina, with a 1-pick 2-dropper to Rockville, Virginia, and Hyattsville, Maryland. It's a 45,000 pound load of fencing materials, 411 loaded miles. Booked at 1,350, got them 328 a loaded mile. They finished off at a Capitol Heights, Maryland, with a 1-pick 2-dropper going to Frankfort, West Virginia, and Fuqua, Verena, North Carolina. Hopefully I said that right. 35,000 pound load of refrigerated parts, refrigeration parts, coolers, doors, cooler panels, things like that. 539 loaded miles, booked at $1,100, got 204 loaded miles. So all the loads paid very well. An excellent job. 7 days on the road, Thursday to Thursday, gross $6,050 in gross, ran 2,277 loaded miles at an average of 266 a loaded mile average. An excellent gross, excellent miles, a little bit on the heavier side in some cases, but that's flatbed work for you. An excellent rate, good miles, gross is there. However, if you'll notice, he ran in the eastern states, while the previous flatbed driver ran strictly in the western states, and there's a very good differential. And I believe the other driver had considerably lighter freight as well, mostly running about 35,000 pounds. So that gives you an idea. Dispatch did a great job for the market that he's in. The driver did an excellent job as well. No complaints here, just the market will make a difference. Keep that in mind. Next, we've got a dry van coming out. Justin is the driver. And Norman was the previous driver on that one as well, if I forgot to mention. But now we're moving on to Justin is pulling a dry van, Norfolk, Nebraska, coming out to Laredo, Texas, with a 44,000 pound load of whey protein concentrate. It's 1,098 loaded miles, booked at $2,000, got him $1.82 a loaded mile coming out of Nebraska. Then right out of Laredo, practically zero deadhead. The Texas is big. Arlington, Texas was a drop. Tucker, Georgia, and Valley View, Ohio, as a final 1-pick 3-drop, or 43,000 pounds on a weight of flooring, 1,972 loaded miles, booked at $4,500. Got him 228 a loaded mile. That was it. 7 days on the road, Thursday to Thursday, gross $6,500 on those two runs, 3,070 loaded miles with a 212 per loaded mile average, with almost zero deadhead in the meanwhile. So as you can see, you could take a load for $1.82, run it up, switch your market even over 1,000 miles, and get the right load at the right rate and still average out over $2 even in today's market. An excellent job, Justin. Way to go, sir. $6,500 gross, 212 a loaded mile average with 3,070 loaded miles in total. An excellent job. Now, last but not least, certainly not least, we're going to start off to talk about Jason. Dry van coming out of Stuttgart, Arkansas, going to Hazel Township, Pennsylvania, with a Hazelton or Hazel Township, yeah. 45,000 pound load, food products, 1,119 loaded miles booked at $3,000, got them 268 a loaded mile. Then McKilton, Pennsylvania, hopefully I said that right, coming out to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, with a 43,000 pound load of consumer goods. That was 1,279 loaded miles at $2,000, got him $1.56 a loaded mile, and finished off out of Tulsa, Oklahoma to Liberal, Kansas. It's a 21,500 pound load of plastic wrap, quite light, a short run, 319 loaded miles, booked at $900, got him $282 a loaded mile. So an excellent job. Thursday to Thursday, grossed $5,900 in gross, ran 2,717 loaded miles at an average of $217 a loaded mile. But let's not forget that this is a second week of hitting it really strong, because last week, Jason, the week that I didn't report on, actually grossed $7,050, and this week $5,900. So not too shabby. Usually people are good one week and not another, and usually not so consistent. So hats off to everybody. Did a great job last week and this week. Let's keep this momentum going. Way to go, guys. Welcome back, and thanks for sticking around. Guys, as you can see, the money's still there. Vans, reefers, flatbeds were able to bring in the dough. Now, last week I skipped the video. I didn't do the video, and I kind of regret it because the numbers were even better. So judging based on that, looks like the numbers are coming down. There's a bit of data coming in from a few different sources that are showing also decline. So from based on what we're seeing, the numbers are likely to begin to decline. So keep that in mind as the rates begin to change on you. And if you guys, need help finding loads, whether you are a carrier or a leased on owner operator, we certainly can work with you. We handle everything from paperwork to insurance and rate negotiation. We have a lot of contacts in the industry. We have a lot of broker agents that we put a lot of work through. And so, we scratch their back, they scratch ours. So it really benefits you, especially if it's one of those things where you're consistently just under earning, overworking, and it's just turning into something that's more difficult than what you bargained for. Certainly get in touch with us. Super easy to get in touch with us. 801-448-6363. Call or text that number or go to our website at aftdispatch.com. Get more information there as well. Guys, until next week, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.